What were some of the best items you picked up in 2022? I'd like to know. Let's get into it. So I'm sitting around working on some projects and I realized that I've never done a top 10 list for my channel. So I figured, what better time to do a top 10 list than the end of the year? So these are my top 10 pickups for 2022. Number 10 on my list of 2022 pickups is this 1983 G.I. Joe collector's case. Now this particular item was a surprise gift from a friend, and it means so much to me to have this back in my collection as an adult. My number 9 pickup of 2022 is this 2017 G.I. Joe Collectors Club figure subscription service Worms Officer. I'm personally a big fan of modern construction 4-inch figures. I love the modern Joes. I love the way that they look. And this Worms Officer looks fantastic with my original 1987 Cobra Maggot. Number 8 on my list is this 2006 Hiss Tank from the Sigma 6 line. Now the scale of this vehicle is 2.5 inches, which is more in line with Mask than it is with G.I. Joe. This tank, although smaller in scale than most Joe toys, has tons of play features. It is incomplete. I'm missing the front-mounted missiles and the plastic flag, but I'm looking for them. This Hiss Tank has a troop ramp, in case you thought the HasLab classified Hiss Tank was the first to come up with that feature. The cockpit can be lowered to ground level and has a wheel under the chin, and the sides of the troop compartment can open gull wing style, a feature which was carried over from the 2005 direct-to-consumer Hiss Tank. Now here's where this vehicle really shines. The entire back half of this Hiss Tank is removable. The missile turret has fold-down legs, and the troop compartment can be folded out into a battle emplacement. On top of those features, this vehicle itself can still be used as a troop transport. It's too bad Hasbro is adverse to play features these days. I would have loved to have seen this kind of toyetic playability on more Hiss Tanks after 2006. Number 7 on my list is the 2012 Constructicon Bat that came with my San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Shockwave Hiss Tank set. Now this is version 22 of the Battle Android Trooper. I'm a big fan of the Joe Transformer crossover stuff, especially when it makes sense. The Battle Android Trooper in the familiar green and purple colors of Devastator just works so well for me. Take a look at the Constructicon Bat alongside Devastator. You just can't go wrong with that. They mix so well. I love everything about this figure. Number 6 is the Monstrous 1991 motorized battle wagon. This vehicle is huge. I was lucky enough to find this at the price that I did. It has all of the missiles, even the spare missiles that are housed in the side of the vehicle. This thing's in really great shape. A couple of the paper stickers are not in the greatest of condition, but they're paper stickers. It's a 90s vehicle. That's kind of what you expect, and it adds character to the vehicle as well. The motorized function does still work, and I'm really fortunate to add this vehicle to my collection this year. Cracking the top 5 of my 2022 pickups, 1989 Slaughter's Marauder's Equalizer. I love this vehicle. It uses the body of a Mauler, and it puts that Marauder spin on it. Everything about this vehicle is awesome. What I will say is that I have a few repro parts on this vehicle because when I got it, it wasn't in the greatest of shape. The mud flaps and tow cable are reproduction. Everything else that was missing, I was able to find with a little patience, such as the radar dome and the antennas. Obviously, you can see there's a modern figure sitting in the gun turret. That's how I like it. I love everything about this vehicle. I love the camouflage pattern on it. I'm especially glad I was able to restore this vehicle, add it to my collection, and complete my Slaughter's Marauders vehicles. Number 4 of my pickups from 2022 is this original 1982 metal thermos G.I. Joe lunchbox. This lunchbox surely has some stories. It's got some dings in it, it's got some paint wear, but it's got a lot of character. One thing I will say is that you better believe it came complete with the thermos. I really love this item. I'm really happy to have it in my collection, and I accidentally just stumbled across it at a very small comic and toy show. Coming in at number 3 of my top 10 favorite pickups of this year is this mint condition 1993 Ghost Striker X16 with Ace version 3. Everything about this vehicle screams playability. I love everything about it. It's based on the F-16 Falcon, and it looks right at home on the deck of my USS Flag. Number 2, this perfect 1994 Blockbuster with Wind Chill version 2. Being the last large vehicle offered in the Real American Hero line, it's almost impossible to find a Blockbuster loose but in complete condition. And trust me, I looked off and on for years. So when a sealed one popped up at a good price, I jumped on it. Wind Chill is still sealed in his baggie with his weapon, but I kept him with his vehicle. Everything surrounding this, the process of finding it, opening it, putting it together, adding the stickers, all add to why the Blockbuster is my number 2 pickup of 2022. And the number 1 item on my list of pickups from 2022 is this gorgeous vehicle, the Enemy Team Shadow Track from Palitoy's Action Force line. This incredible vehicle was originally released in 1983, but mine and the box shown here are later examples. This vehicle itself is mostly complete, aside from the tow hook spike that apparently had been snapped off at some point in time. It's also missing the Red Vulture figure that was originally included with it as a driver. This Shadow Track was a Christmas present from my wife. It was specifically the only thing I asked for Christmas this year. Commonly referred to as Red Shadows, the Enemy Team of Action Force had amazing vehicles such as the iconic Robo Skull, which I also own, but this Shadow Track is a vehicle I've been wanting for such a long time. Honorable mention has to go to this perfect 2004 Valor vs. Venom Thunderwing with Slipstream figure. I got this complete in a box from one of my local collectible stores. The box was not in great shape, but I was going to open it and display it anyway. Based on the F-22 Raptor, this toy is gorgeous, and I just had to give it honorable mention as one of my last pickups of the year. Well, friends, there you have it. That's my top 10 list of pickups for 2022. I hope you enjoyed my list, but what's your list? I want to know what you got this year. Let me know in the comments. Have an awesome day, and remember, knowing is half. G.I. Joe! Come on! In case you thought the HasLab classified his tank was the first to come up with that feature. Now there's a frickin' osprey flying over my house. You hear that shit? Going again.